Not all about the exploring. It's about the exploring.
What do you guys think? It's pretty cool looking, huh, bud?
Yep.
Bailey wants to go explore. We'll do a little bit, but they said it's an hour loop trail. And I don't really care to do an hour hike right now. What do you guys think about this place?
This place is cool.
Yeah, they got a lot of cool exploring. You see all the colors and stuff? Yeah. Okay, look at me. Sure is pretty. Yeah, these are red pill bighorn sheep. They don't need no woman. Just hang out, a couple bros, doing what bros do. Yeah, those things would. That would be a pretty cool dent story, though. Cooper asked, "Would those things mess your car up?" Yeah. Look at you guys, loving on each other.
You made us.
I did not.
Yes, you
That was not by any way a staged photo. We pulled over on the side of the road because we're prairie dog hunting. I don't know if you can see them, but every one of these little white mounds is a prairie dog home. And they're chirping right now. And if you look way in the distance, let me see where they at. There they are. There's a couple, where's my finger? There's a couple, I don't know what they are, if they're deer or sheep. You guys hear them chirping? That's them talking to each other. The sign here is saying that these little cutie pies got the sylvatic plague. Little bastards. Give you the plague. There's a couple moving out there. I don't know if this microphone's picking them up, but they got these cute little chirps. Can you guys stop walking around? Not only did we get to see a buffalo, but we get to see a buffalo pooping. Oh, we just missed it though. Look, he's laughing at us. All right, Pappy. Let's find out what our fortune is. The old fortune teller.
When Pappy speaks, smart folks will listen. Got a little piece of advice for you. As you travel along life's bumpy road, don't ever underestimate the power of them stupid people in large numbers. Unless, of course, you're one of them unfortunate fellers. In that case, we like to say ignorance is bliss. Come on back, you hear, and let Pappy tell you more.
Okay. Did they give us a card? Thing took our $1.
And plus we couldn't even hear.
Okay, we just had breakfast at Wall Drugstore. Overpriced extraordinaire. But the kids' bellies are full for a while. They had a lot of knick-knack stores and little random things, but I'd say skip it if I'm advising anybody else. The green is holding on, but it's definitely turning more yellows and tans as we go further west. But it's still pretty. Okay, Cooper, where are we?
At the George.
The faces that are carved into the rock.
Yeah,
Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore.
Yes. Okay, so, and I want to note also, earlier today we were at the Badlands, and I'd said we're not taking that hike, but we ended up taking that hike. So we did that hike. It was actually easier. They said it was an hour hike, but it was only probably 20 minutes. So maybe they're talking about old people. Dad's not old yet. So, Miss Bailey, what do you think about this thing?
It's big.
It is big. You ready for the big reveal? Dun, dun, dun. There it is. It's big, but it's far, so it doesn't look very big. But I guarantee it's big. They say George Washington's face is 60 feet from his chin to his forehead. So pretty big. And we are about to do, hold that, Bailey, so hold this down. We are, I don't know, I think we're right here. We're actually standing right behind this square thing right now. We're gonna go around and we are actually gonna do this hike.
Lots of stairs.
Yeah. Oh, look, they even have a youth exploration area. I wish it would say youth abandonment area. What does that mean, Bailey?
You would leave us there forever and ever.
Yes. I should talk to the guy and rename this on the next edition of these prints. Okay, so we're going to go on our second hike of the day. There it is, in all its glory. The winner, the cutest thing of the day award. Dude, this thing is tiny. The little guy just eating lunch. So this is the sculpture that the artist would use and reference and direct the men outside to carve. And he would stay in this room and call out measurements and stuff. And the lady was just telling us that this is what Mount Rushmore was supposed to look like, with Lincoln's ear and collar carved with his hand and more of Washington's jacket. And if you look, Lincoln's face is just kind of half done, and I asked her why, and she said, well, 1941 is when they stopped because World War II started. So the federal government that was paying for this said, nope, we need to fight the war and all our money goes to the war fund. So they stopped, and then I said, well, why didn't they start back up after the war? And she said, coincidentally, in 1941, the artist died. And his son didn't want any other artists contributing to this. So if you look, all that rock to the right of Lincoln was supposed to be blown away. And it's supposed to look like this was the ideal picture, but the artist died. And we started, or not started, but we got into World War II. Pretty cool little fact there. Okay, we're still live on scene at Mount Rushmore. Kids, yay or nay? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Middle.
Middle?
Yeah.
Oh, I was not expecting that, but hey, that's candid. Well, you can't get closer to it. So, what is one of the 7 trillion things that we learned about Bailey?
That this
I won't show the boys because look, they're cheating right now. They're cheating on the test.
no, that this place, Mount Rushmore, there was a guy who came from New York, and he came here to look at the things, and he kept asking a bunch of questions. And one of those questions was, what was the name of this mountain? And they never named it, and so they kept telling him, well, we don't have a name for it. And then after a lot of questioning and a lot of being annoying, they finally said, okay, sir, we'll name it after you, Mount Rushmore.
Well, it was just, they called it Rushmore, and then she
Yeah.
said later on when they, for whatever reason, they added the mount for mountain. That's good. Okay.
Okay, I learned just now, a couple minutes ago, that the seats that they got up to get in all the way up there are like Belgium seats or something.
Bosom.
Bosom.
Or Bosom.
And they had like 2 metal bars and a leather piece to
Yep.
sit on. And that's all they had.
And that's
to
all they
sit
did, huh?
in.
They had a rope or something hung from the top, hanging over the face, and they sat in these bosun chairs, much like on the old ships. That's the same thing they had, was called a bosun chair, or a bosun's mate. And they had, it was 2, I'll show a picture of it right now. They had 2 steel bars and a slab of leather, and that was their seat for their whole shift. Talk about uncomfortable. Jackhammering and rocks falling on your feet. Crazy talk. Cooper, you had all this time to study your notes. What do you got for me?
Them.
What do you got for me, buddy?
So back then they didn't have earplugs and stuff. So they had just cotton balls and they used those. So they were probably all deaf when
Yeah.
they worked on that.
Yeah, from all the jackhammering and the
Yeah.
dynamite and stuff.
So they were probably all deaf.
Yep, that's true. See, look at this. Look at this. This is how all of the states should be.
Welcome to Wyoming.
See this giant pullout? I love it. All right, we are in Wyoming now. Google is taking us on some back country roads to get to the Grand Teton National Park. So hopefully you can see Jesus coming out of the clouds over there. Hopefully, you know, everything goes well because we are capital R remote. What do you think, Bailey?
There's a lot of flatness and emptiness,
At least my navigator is awake, not like Cooper the other day, he was sleeping.
and I'm highlighted.
Yeah, she's got the map out. We got the phone on navigation, we got the navigation on navigation, and we got Bailey on navigation. So,
But I don't know where to go, so I'm not very good at navigating.
well, I don't know. All I need is Jesus. Jesus, take the wheel. So it is super crazy windy. I'm driving straight right now, and you can see when the gusts come, my steering wheel is at like a 45-degree angle.
Yeah. Very windy.
If you notice, the rain is going sideways on my windshield. I'm going 60 into the, you know, air, and the rain is not going up with me, it's going sideways. because of the crosswind. Dad, put both hands on the wheel. What are you doing filming this stupid stuff? Okay, kiddos, it's Tuesday night. We're in Wyoming, and before we start this exit video, I forgot to talk about a couple things in the video that happened to us last night and this morning. So last night at like 10:30, whenever I parked, I pulled over for the night at an off-ramp right outside of the Badlands that we toured this morning. But so I pulled off and I parked at some South Dakota nuclear missile silo museum, right? It's closed Monday, Tuesday. So I was like, all right, well, so they have two driveways, and like there's a main entrance and like a back entrance. So I was like, well, it was a good spot to pull over. So I parked like from the street to the gate was the perfect length of my motorhome. And I wasn't blocking anything. It was like the exit lane. There's an entrance lane, exit lane. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll park here. They're closed today. Remember, this is Monday night. I'm talking about last night. So Tuesday they're closed. No big deal. I'll be able to wake up and just go. So my alarm was set for 6. We were going to get up, hit the road, and go see the Badlands like you guys saw in this video earlier. But apparently they still work there on Tuesdays, because at about 5:50, we got our first knock of doom on the door. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, shit. So they weren't mad at all. It's just they're like, hey, dude, you can't be there. And I was like, oh, my bad. I thought you guys weren't even going to be here today. He's like, yeah, we're here. I was like, all right. So we got up a little bit early. Like I said, my alarm was going to go off in about 10 minutes from then. So I jumped out of bed, got the motorhome on, and I pulled it across the street on the shoulder so they can get, because there's actually like 3 or 4 cars waiting to get in. Like I said, I wasn't blocking it. There was the entrance lane, but for whatever reason, they wanted to go in the exit lane where I was parked. So it might sound to the average person listening that I was a dummy and I parked in a dumb spot, but I guarantee you it was not a dumb spot. But anyways, so that was this morning. We got our first knock of doom.
At least it wasn't bad, like a police officer saying, here's your ticket of $500.
Yeah, that would have been bad if we got a ticket, but we're fine. And then the second thing I forgot to talk about was last night. Apparently, okay, so when we left Wisconsin, the air show, we dumped our tanks, and I didn't organize the hoses how they should be, how I like them. I just kind of, all right, I got out of the way, right? Because I was just trying to be quick about it. So people behind, because remember there was a line of people waiting to use the dumps at the campground. So long story short, I don't know for how long, but over by the dump, there's a outdoor shower nozzle, and somehow through the magic of road vibrations, the shower nozzle fell out of the dump hose hole and was dragging down the highway. I didn't know that till we got off the highway at that missile museum that I was just talking about. And it was fine that it was dragging. It was ruined, but you know, it was like $15, no big deal. But the bummer is when I went to turn around last night to park, because it's right behind the rear duals, the tires. So it was dragging fine, and then when I backed up, I backed over it, which then means that it yanked and it ripped it out of the faucet fixture that's in that bin. So it ruined the fixture, which sucks in itself. So the shower nozzle is ruined, the fixture is ruined, but the biggest bummer of it is I literally just put that fixture on right before our trip. Like literally the day before, I put this brand new faucet. It's all plastic, but still, the fact that it was brand new is like 20 or $30. Haven't even used it yet. And then it just got ripped out on the road because the nozzle fell out. And then I backed over it. And so that was last night. I was super tired. I didn't film it because I was really tired. It was like 10:30 at night and I was just defeated. So that's what happened last night. And then this morning was the knock of doom. And yeah, so that was that. So after the knock of doom, we woke up, did the Badlands, the loop around the cool landscape, and then we did the Air and Space Museum. and then we did the Mount Rushmore, and then you guys watched a movie, and while we drove and drove and drove through the storm and the wind, it was windier than shit, and then it started raining on us, and
the
now
whole motorhome was shaking when it was windy and we were eating
Yeah.
dinner.
yeah, when we had dinner, we pulled over to have dinner, and the motorhome was just blowing like crazy. So the Badlands, you guys, that was a good little sightseeing detour.
Yep.
Yeah, that was pretty, huh?
Yeah.
It's neat the way that the earth makes different things.
Like there was just a bunch of holes in like every rock you see, and then
Yeah.
the dirt like that you walked on was kind of all like dust.
Yeah, but it was pretty hard though. It was like rock, but then like a surface of dust. And then the Air and Space Museum, Bud. What was your favorite plane there?
Mine was the one with the 4 jet engines.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, the one that got replaced with the 6 propellers.
The B-52.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bailey, what was your favorite plane or thing at the museum?
Mine was the rocket that was super big, and it was laying down with the two blaster engine things.
Yeah.
And it was like 1,200 miles an hour, I think, and it shot out of the silo from
Yeah.
in the ground.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. The original, that was, I think they called it the Minuteman I, and then it was replaced a few years later by the Minuteman II. That's the smaller white one that was standing up. But yeah, that was definitely cool. Cooper, what about you?
Mine was this black plane with like these round ball, like half balls that are sticking out, and a guy sits in it and shoots like a machine
Yeah, that was
gun.
the B-29, and he's talking about the ball turret gunners, the little gun pods that are on the bottom and on the top, where the guys would shoot the machine guns at the bad guys. Yeah, that was a pretty cool one. Dad liked all of it, everything,
Like always.
like always at the Air and Space Museums. But I figured, I don't know if you know if I took a picture. Oh, you know what I did, but I like the one that had because a lot of those fighter jets have machine guns on them, and there was one that had a Gatling gun, which is like a 5 or 6 barrel gun that spins like
The A-10.
the A-10. I love it. You know, a plane is pretty cool if it's got a Gatling gun on the front of it. So yeah, I got a picture of that. And then, so then we drove to Mount Rushmore. That was pretty cool, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw Thomas Jefferson's nose.
Yeah. Yeah. We did the little hiking trail thing, and yeah, so that was cool. So good day.
Yep.
Yeah, and then we just drove a bunch. So, and the kids watched some horse movie. So, all right then. Well, Dad's going to start driving again for another hour and a half or so, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Goodbye.